Hey guys, thought I'd check in with a quick video here. So it's late March in Georgia. I thought I'd get the Diesel KLR out for a spin. These are also known as the M1030M1 KLRs. They were built by a contractor called Hayes Diversified Technologies in the mid to late 2000s. And it was an attempt to offer the military a diesel motorcycle that could run on JP8, which is what all of their other vehicles run on. So they ended up making 214 of these. The program was scrapped, and I think there was just not really a need for bikes in combat situations. They did use motorcycles in, I think, Iraq in the early 2000s, but they were all gas. And those troops always said that they really didn't like having both hands on, on the motorcycle in case they came under attack. They had no way to really defend themselves, and they just felt really exposed. So, program was scrapped. Fred Hayes, the guy that ran the business, he ended up passing away, and now there are just a few people that maintain these bikes out there since there are so few of them. There is another variant, the B variant, which was a gas variant. And from what I understand, the actual bore is a 585cc-ish bore. And I think there are some larger ones out there. But you can see some of the cool characteristics of the bike. The rear sprocket is just huge, and they really don't have very much torque, I will say, at least under 3,000 RPM. You've got the fuel filter here that separates out any water from the diesel. You got a little purge valve, which is that little brass valve, and that's to get any air out of the system if you do run out of fuel. You have to fuel back up. And then from what I understand, this looks like a catch can. I've looked in there, and it's basically an oil separator on the way to the airbox. So it does have a glow plug and also fuel injection system. So what's cool about these is they have custom tanks that have the coolant separated off, and then it says diesel only. So my particular KLR was in the possession of a police department. So once these were decommissioned under Obama's act, police stations were able to pick up military equipment basically for free, I think. So all of these got sent out to any police station that wanted them. They ended up living a lot in the South. And so this one was in Tennessee. The police station that I got it from had around 5 of them at one point. And their plan was to use these for drug raids. And so they ended up spray painting theirs black. They did leave some green though, which I just think adds a little bit to the story. I don't think they were ever actually used. You can still see some of the old stickers here. So I'm sure if I peeled those off, you'd see the green underneath that. Here it says USMC. I did put these pannier racks on just so I could have a license plate. This bike still is in its break-in period. So you can see here, under 500 miles, keep it under 4,000 revs. And I've got around 138 on the odometer right now. We'll say these things buzz a lot, and they don't really have any power under 2,000 RPM. They don't want to be lugged. So get them up in the rev range, get them broken in. It should be a lot of fun once we get it up there. Thanks. All right, so I'm about to head out of this park here, and I'm gonna walk you through the startup procedure for these motorcycles. There is a little switch panel here. You can see it says blackout, off, or lights. So you do have the ability to turn all of the lights, the running lights, off on this bike with that off section. You just put it on blackout mode. The other interesting thing about these is you see the key is welded in place. It's like JB welded in. And then you have that little red light, which is the indicator for the glow plug. So we'll go ahead and get it started here. Flip it to on. Then you flip the kill switch. You'll hear the fuel pump start going. Little solenoid clicks. And you'll see this red light turn on. Once it starts flashing, it means it's ready to get started up.